What was the best live match you ever saw?
Rock versus Hogan.
Really?
No question. No question. That is such an incredible match. And like the first few minutes, they're not even wrestling. They're just staring at each other. And the crowd is going bananas.
Were you going bananas?
Yes. I fully went there. I fully went there intending to cheer for The Rock. The Rock has always been my guy. I would walk down the halls of my high school asking people questions.
It doesn't matter.
Just so I could shout, it doesn't matter. So I went to WrestleMania 18 fully intending to cheer for The Rock. And then Hogan came out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you know what? Deep down inside, I really am a Hulkamaniac. And the crowd turned on The Rock, if you remember that match. There was cheers for Hogan, who was a bad guy at the time, boos for The Rock, who was supposed to be a good guy.
Are you planning out what shirt you're going to wear to WrestleMania? Like, what'd you wear that day?
That day? Oh, I don't know. Wow. WrestleMania, I mean, I don't remember what I wore to WrestleMania 18.
What are you wearing to this one?
I don't know. Probably just a black T-shirt. I wear a lot of black T-shirts now.
You're not going to rep anybody?
Not if I'm sitting in the press box. Because then I'm going to be at the press conference afterwards, and I don't want to be like wearing a Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns shirt while I'm sitting there in the press conference talking to the, like, if Roman wins, he's going to be there. And here I am wearing an American Nightmare shirt. Can I ask a question, Mr. Reigns? I don't want to do that.
What are the top 3 matches ever, in your opinion?
Oh, ever.
Because I heard you go into a debate about this with somebody. I forget who. Was it Chavo?
I don't know.
Oh, no, Paul Walter Hauser. You guys were just discussing it.
It's tough, right? Because wrestling is so subjective. Wrestling's a lot like movies. And Paul Walter Hauser and I got into a deep discussion about like favorite movies. And that can change and shift based on the mood you're in or the other type of films you've been watching.
If you were to tell someone new to wrestling, let's do it that way. That way it's something they can easily digest and just really appreciate it.
It's a little bit more objective in that way. I always say Rock Hogan. Like, that is my all-time favorite match. That's a great match to show someone who's never watched wrestling either because it is so, like, the crowd makes it so obvious what's important in this match and what's not. So Rock Hogan, WrestleMania 18, #1 with a bullet. Easy.
#2?
It's my favorite ever TNA match and one of my favorite matches ever. So it's #2. Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, Unbreakable. It was for a long time the only Dave Meltzer 5-star TNA match. It's phenomenal. Pardon the pun because that's AJ Styles' nickname. It's so, so good. And that's one of those matches that if someone's never watched wrestling before, they put that on and they're like, how are these humans doing this? Like, how are they capable of doing this? This is incredible. So that's #2. #3 is hard because there's so many different styles of matches, right? Like TLC, incredible match. Some of the Hell in a Cell is very good, like Undertaker and Mick Foley, an iconic match. But I think if I just have to narrow down to 3, those first 2 were pretty easy for me. If I just have to narrow it down to 3, the third one, oh, man, it's so hard because there's so many good ones. It's got to be a Bret Hart match just because everything Bret Hart did in the ring was like quite literally perfect. So I don't know which match it would be, but maybe it's Bret Owen, maybe it's Bret Bulldog, maybe it's Bret Mr. Perfect. Bret Hart versus literally anybody should be a match that is required viewing for anybody.